Hello, this is a series titled Culture Appreciation Series, where artists reimagine well-known stories to be happening in other cultures. Our story is Jack and the Beanstalk, and the country is the one I was blessed to be born in, Bangladesh. We are into the third video of the series, where Jack's mom is very sad that the monsoon rain washed away all her produce she worked hard for. Now she has decided that they must sell their precious brown cow. So she sends Jack off to sell the cow for as much as he can get, as they need money to survive the upcoming winter. Jack merrily walks to the next village, which is almost half a day away. On the way, he sees a peddler selling magic beans. He wishes for the magic beans and trades his cow for the beans. We have included many details in this collection, many of which unfortunately we cannot cover in these videos because of time constraint. For example, we have number 3 in Bengali script on the camcorder. Very different from the 3 in English, right? I'm sure some of you will be curious about Bengali script. Here, you are seeing clipping of newspapers. Our official language is Bengali, but we learn English also at school. Now kids tend to learn most of their subjects in English. In 1203, Bengal was conquered by Muhammad Bakhtiar Khilji. Since then, Arabic was the official language till British colonization. Many works were created in Arabic through many renowned teaching institutions. Bangladesh also had much Persian influence. There were many trading posts with Persia along coastal region. The influence of the language spread rapidly after it gained the status of court language for over 600 years, from 1203 to 1837 AD under the Delhi Sultanate and Bengal Sultanate. Thousands of Persian books and manuscripts were published in Bengal. Urdu was the official language in post-partition from India 1947 to 1971, when Bangladesh was part of Pakistan. It is still spoken by the settlers from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. With all this amalgamation, you can see how many dialects of Bengali and other languages are spoken in Bangladesh. Now I want to talk about peddlers in Bangladesh. They are also called hawkers. In Bangladesh, they are called feriwala. They are in cities and villages. They either run their business from a portable store or just set up a mat on the roadside, or they go from house to house. There are peddlers who sell fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Some others sell toys or balloons. There are peddlers who just sell flutes. Every time you hear them play the flute, it is so mesmerizing. You will think it will be quite easy to play it that way. They promise you that it is very easy and you will buy it. But after they leave, you are left with just making scratching sounds till a family member urges you to stop. They are very hardworking and dedicated to their business. It is not easy for them to make a living, but they have mastered the art of selling their products. They also have a mutual agreement as to who will go to which street at what time. They yell in a peculiar rhythm that only regular people understand. They would say things like, "Get your apples" or "Buy your chili peppers before they are all gone." People come out of their houses and buy what they want. Of course, there is always haggling. At the end, the peddler throws in some herbs or chilies free. Their capital investment is low, like 1000 taka. Currency of Bangladesh is Bangladeshi taka. The symbol uses is TK. 1 taka is divided into smaller denominations of 100 paisa. The Central Bank of Bangladesh controls the taka. Hawkers have always been the backbone of communities. They are the ones who know their neighborhoods. They are the ones to talk to if you need information on a personal business or home address. They make people's lives easier by providing them with the products they need at a very low price and earn enough money to live on their own. Hawkers also ensure that there is no shortage of food or other consumables in village because they come to everyone's home offering their own products. I remember how I used to go out with my mom to meet the hawker every day when there was no school. I used to get excited when I hear them yelling. I knew what they had. I loved all the peddlers as they brought home so many things for me to see. Even though almost every day they had the same things, I still used to go out with a big smile. One of the peddlers, a grandpa, used to bring a candy for me once in a while, on special holidays. Now I'm in the city, peddlers are still there, but I'm grown up. To refresh all my memories, I always visit melas or festivals. It has a circus-like feeling. The best of it happens during Pahela Boishakh, to celebrate Bengali New Year. This festival is not from religions or folktales. I have been to the ones in Dhaka many times. That day, people make gigantic paper match and balloon replicas of birds, fishes, animals, and cultural symbols. This event dates back to Mughal Emperor Akbar. He was a very just king. At that time, taxes were collected using the Islamic Hijri calendar. But this was a problem as the crops were not ready yet to harvest. This made it impossible for people to pay taxes on time. So Emperor Akbar came up with a new calendar with Pahela Boishakh being the first day of the calendar. We say Shubha Noboborsho literally translates to Happy New Year in English. That day, vendors and artisans sell homemade sweets, seasonal fruits, toys, bamboo floors, and everything people wish for. It is like all the peddlers coming together and having a celebration. On this day, we wake up early, take a bath, and dress in traditional clothes. Women typically wear red and white saris with blouses and adorn themselves with colorful bangles and flowers, while men wear red and white pajamas and Punjabis. People also celebrate this day by eating traditional dishes such as panta bhat, which is overnight soaked rice with fried ilish mach and other curries, some of which we talked about in the last video. There are 3 commissioned art pieces. All 3 were commissioned to an artist in Sri Lanka. You will see that while the main illustrator and narrator are Bangladeshis, the guest arts can be from anywhere in the world. It is all about spreading the cultural beauty in every way. When it comes to peddlers, I would say the most famous story is the one titled Caps for Sale. We have the Sri Lankan artist again depicting the English story drawn in Bangladeshi setting. The peddler in that story will fit so well into the Bangladeshi scene. Let me remind you of the story. The peddler wears all the hats he has for sale on top of his head to travel through the village to sell. One day he rested for a bit under a tree and fell asleep. When he woke up, all the hats were missing except for his own. He looked around and up and saw that the monkeys on the tree were wearing the hats he had for sale. Urges them to return his hats by wagging his finger, then both his hands, and scolding them. They just imitated them. They did not return him his hats. Finally, he throws his hat onto the ground in disgust. Then the monkeys all threw down the hats they had. Thus, he was able to collect all his hats. Hopefully you enjoyed these stories. I loved going down the memory lane with you. At last time, let's say Bidai. That means goodbye. Look into all our collections in this series from many countries.